A Fox News alert and some new information in the fight over immigration. The Justice Department says it will seek a Supreme Court ruling on President Obama's executive action. This after a federal appeals court yesterday blocked the president from stopping deportations of an estimated 5 million people who were living in the United States illegally. The Obama administration argues it can defer some deportations, but Republicans accuse the president of overreaching, and 26 states are challenging his plans in court. Greg Jarrett, our on-staff attorney, is here with more. So the Court of Appeals said the president basically does not have the power to not enforce the law.
That's correct. He exceeded his authority by directing Homeland Security not to deport 5 million people, and in so doing, he usurped the power of Congress, he defied existing law, and he imposed a huge financial burden on the states.
Well, that's why 26 states sued, including Texas. Texas was sort of the lead plaintiff here, right?
Yeah, and they say they were harmed financially, and they were never given an opportunity to have a say in the matter. And in fact, this court, a 70-page opinion, Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, was very detailed about this, and I'll read. They said Social Security, disability, Medicare, unemployment insurance, subsidized driver's license, that's the wrong quote right there, and even tax credits that all of these people, if they get to stay here, are now eligible for. That's a huge financial burden on the states, not to mention the federal government. And that the president didn't follow the legal procedures and legislative procedures for that.
Well, he didn't help his own case, I imagine, when he said over and over again before the election that he didn't have the legal ability to do this, and then the election comes and goes, and then he does it.
When he made the announcement of executive authority, essentially amnesty, that's what many people call it, he said he had the prosecutorial discretion to do that. Well, this court didn't buy it. We can put that screen up again. Declining to prosecute does not transform presence deemed unlawful by Congress into lawful presence. So basically, you're right. The president was the best witness against himself in this case because 22 times said, I don't have the legal authority to do it, and then he went ahead and did it.
Well, he's also taken an oath to faithfully uphold the laws of this country and uphold the Constitution. So essentially, the court is saying, Mr. President, you have to do that.
Right. Interestingly, this 70-page decision kind of dodged that issue. They broached it and said, yes, this is one of the arguments made by the states, but they didn't directly address it, though the lower court did. So if this goes to the Supreme Court and DOJ says we're appealing to the Supreme Court, the high court justices will likely deal with that.
It's going to be a fascinating argument to watch.
Yes, it
Greg
will.
Jarrett. Greg, okay. Thank you. Jenna.